What's up, people?
What's up?
It is Thursday.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic?
There you go. Thursday.
One of us is $5 richer.
One of us is $5 richer.
We don't know yet.
There may or may not have been a million accidents on 695 because of a blanketing of snow and people can't drive.
I made a joke with my daughter. She was super excited about the snow.
Yeah.
And I was like, for what, a snow day? She just looked at me. She was like so mad. I was like, Google Meet works on snow days.
That's messed up, man.
I know, she wasn't happy.
That's messed up. So, hi. What are we talking about?
I don't remember. Was that
I
looking at
remember.
my phone?
Yeah, we are going to talk about the etiquette of feedback. This is feedback concerning what the buyer liked or disliked about your house.
Right. So for this, when our series is talking about like client etiquette, or you as the buyer, what's the etiquette that is expected of you? In this situation, it's expected that you're going to give your agent the feedback of what you actually thought about the house.
Sure.
It's not our house. I always joke with my clients about it. Like, it's not. You're not going to offend me. Like, it's not my house. I'm not selling it. So you need to be honest, because at the end of that appointment window, as the buyer's agent, I get a text or notification from the listing agent or the showing service that says, hey, what is the feedback I can give to the seller?
Right. What'd your buyer think of the house?
Yeah.
Right.
So I got to fill it out. So it's expected that you as the buyer will give your agent real feedback, your actual opinion on what the house is. And then from there, what does the seller get?
So then it's up to the agent to actually fill out the feedback, right? And we'll get into I think what feedback is appropriate and what people don't really care about.
Yeah.
But then it's up to the agent to fill out the feedback form. And there's feedback form. You can obviously call the agent. You can text the agent, right? And the seller. I mean, honestly, that depends on the agent, right? I mean, every seller gets something different. Some sellers get, like the thing just from the service and just like a little report. Some agents still call. I think the biggest thing for the seller to understand, I tell my sellers this, is if we have 10 showings, you're only going to get 5 instances of feedback.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, people just don't do it. Like, everybody leaves feedback, obviously, because there's a dialogue inside the house of what you like and what you don't like.
Right.
But the problem is, it's the agent.
It's the agent.
The agent doesn't fill out the feedback form. They don't send a text. Or they don't call. Yeah. That's where the problem lies. It's never that the buyer doesn't give feedback. A buyer's going to give feedback.
Yeah, and I always find when I'm on the listing side, like, I don't give them the straight report. I usually call, or once a week I'll send my own report because we've talked during the week. But I always have sellers, even though I tell them, we'll probably get 50%.
Right.
And, that's being super generous.
Right.
Right after an appointment, I always get a phone call.
Yeah.
What they think.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't tell me yet.
Well, I think it's kind of frustrating, right, for the seller because, the buyer, if they're inside the house, the buyer comments on a lot of different things, right? And so I think that's the reason for the feedback, because it's kind of a bit more generalized in terms of their overall feeling about the house and their position in the market.
Right.
But it also asks very specific questions about the actual house, not like, do they like the paint color and things like that.
Right.
But sellers get frustrated because they just don't understand why the feedback isn't there.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of etiquette, like, agents just freaking give feedback,
just
man.
Do it.
And look, I'm guilty of this sometimes. Like, look, sometimes a seller just goes or a buyer goes to a house, and it's just not the house for them. They just don't like it.
Right.
There's no real particular reason. It's fine. It's just not for them. And so that's where the feedback's a little hard. But even just saying, like, the house is fine.
Yeah.
It didn't compel them to write an offer. Yeah. Even that in itself is okay to say.
Yeah, because they're not going to call you and complain about the feedback you gave them. But I do this if a buyer's agent shows a house that I'm listing and they don't give me feedback. I'll call.
I call them all the time. Yeah.
Hey, what can I tell my seller?
Because what I really want to know, the biggest feedback you can offer is the price position.
Yep.
You want to know, is the house priced correctly?
Yeah.
Especially if it's been on the market for a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to know that.
So buyers, make sure you give honest feedback to your buyer's agent. Buyer's agents, make sure you fill out the form.
Right.
Listing agents,
send a text or call. It didn't have to be the form, but yeah.
Listing agents, make sure that you relay that feedback to your seller.
Yeah. All the feedback.
All of it.
All the feedback.
Doesn't have to be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most feedback's not great, because the good feedback usually comes with an offer.
Yeah. With a comment, we're writing an offer.
Yeah. Relay all the feedback. So.
Cool.
All right. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye.